You will finally be able to fully understand smart money concepts by the end of this video. Smart money concepts traders has one of the biggest communities in trading, but trying to learn about these concepts can be very frustrating as there are so many different teachings and terms. In this video, we will break down smart money concepts in an easy-to-understand guide, and we will cover topics such as change of character, break of structure, order blocks, liquidity grabs, and so much more. To make this easier for you to understand, let's get an indicator that will draw some of these concepts for you. Click on the Indicator tab and search Smart Money Concepts by Luxalgo, add it to your chart. This Smart Money Concepts indicator is the most popular on TradingView and has most of the features we will be discussing. Here we can see that it draws order blocks, market structure, equal highs, and more. Let's start with change of character, also called chalk. A change of character is a shift in market structure that indicates a possible trend change. It's the first step in a two-step process to confirm that the market is changing direction. This is how it works. We understand that the market makes higher highs and higher lows in an uptrend and lower highs and lower lows in a downtrend. A change of character occurs when the market breaks and closes below a higher low in an uptrend or a lower high in a downtrend. This indicates that the market momentum has changed and we can now start looking for possible reasons to enter a trade in that direction. The Smart Money Concepts indicator automatically plots change of characters for you. And if you go into the settings, you can see here, you also have an option to enable candle colors. If enabled, it will color the candles to show you exactly where change of characters have occurred. Some traders like to trade as soon as a change of character occurs, and while you can do this, we would recommend waiting for a confirmation before taking an entry. But if you're in a situation where you must execute, we would recommend waiting for a retracement before taking an entry. You can use a Fibonacci tool to take an entry after a pullback of the 61.8% retracement. Keep stops above the structure high and trail your entry based on market structure. Next, let's talk about step 2, which is break of structures, or BOS. A break of structure is created after a change of character has occurred and is a confirmation that the market has changed direction. So once again, if the market is making higher highs and higher lows, once it breaks that higher low, we have a change of character. Now you're anticipating a downtrend. If the market now forms a low and then breaks that low, we have confirmed the downtrend and have formed a break of structure. This is where it is recommended to take an entry. You can set stops above the higher low and let your trade run. While break of structures are more powerful than change of characters, you should also keep in mind that it depends on where you are in the market. If you get a break of structure and right below that break of structure is an order block, it might not be a good idea to enter based on that break of structure. And with that, let's talk about order blocks. Order blocks in Smart Money Concepts are areas in the market where orders have accumulated and caused a significant push, resulting in a market structure break. So these red and blue levels are drawn directly from order blocks, and what you'll also notice is that wherever there is an order block, there is usually a break of structure or a change of character. Order blocks are great levels to use for take profits or entries. Once price gets to an order block, it will typically reject or break through that order block. If price happens to break through an order block, you can sometimes use that same level as a retest area for an entry. So if price breaks an order block like this, given that these order blocks are created at levels where there are accumulation of orders, typically this means that there are buyers or sellers now trapped at this level. So once price gets back to that level, that buying and selling can cause a strong reaction from that zone. There are different teachings on how order blocks should be drawn. If you go into the settings of the indicator, you can see we have an option allowing us to change how the order blocks are detected with a simple click. Now we will talk about equal highs and lows. The Smart Money Concepts indicator also draws these equal highs and lows for you automatically. If we go into settings, we have the option here, and we can choose to enable or disable the feature and adjust the threshold. The bar confirmation controls how long it takes to confirm equal highs or low. 3 means that it will wait 3 bars before confirming that there is an equal high or low. So how this works is that if you are in a bullish or bearish trend and the indicator detects a equal high or low, it is usually an early indication that the market is struggling to break those levels and could be an indication of incoming market reversals. Here we can see we've had a change of character, then a bearish BOS. Now let's assume you take an entry, and as price moves in your direction you adjust your stops to the lower highs in the downtrend or higher lows in an uptrend. But as price moves in your direction, you notice an equal low being formed. You might want to tighten your stops, as what could happen is after this equal low price could reject, break the previous lower high and plot a bullish change of character. You can also use this to build confluence for an entry. Let's say price is at an order block, but you're not certain if price will reject, but you happen to notice that price is bouncing from that level. If an equal high or low forms at that order block, it could give you confidence that price will reject from that level. Next, we will discuss fair value gaps. To keep it simple, fair value gaps in smart money concepts are areas where there is a gap between two or more candles and price has not returned to that area yet. So we have several candles in this area. If you look closely, you can see that price has not yet returned to this area. No wick nor candle body has went back to that price zone as of yet, and we call this a fair value gap. Fair value gaps are great zones to seek entries. The idea is that all fair value gaps eventually has to be filled. So let's say we just had a change of character and you want to take an entry before the break of structure. Well, instead of using the Fibonacci tool to take an entry, you can enable fair value gaps and see if there are any close by that you can use as an entry area to take buys or sells. The indicator also allows you to change the time frame you want to detect these fair value gaps on. So if you are on a 5-minute time frame and you would like to see fair value gaps from the 1-hour time frame, you can just switch the time frame to 1 hour and the indicator will plot the fair value gaps from that time frame on the 5-minute time frame, giving you better zones for entries and exits. Next, we can enable or disable highs and lows of daily, weekly, or monthly candles. When enabled, these blue lines will appear showing the candles high and low. Let's say we enable the daily candles high and low. You will notice that the high and low of the daily candle is now plotted regardless of what time frame we are on. Having this information along with knowing if the daily candle is bullish or bearish can help us understand the current trend of the market. If the daily candle's high is broken, this might be an indication of a bullish trending market and you might want to only seek bullish trades. So if we notice that the daily candle high was broken, we can wait for price to pull back into that daily candle and then seek a trade from a discount zone to continue in the direction of the daily candle. And with that, let's discuss premium and discount zones. Premium zones in smart money concepts refers to the areas in the market where institutions would consider an asset overvalued and would expect price to reverse. Discount refers to areas where the market is undervalued and we can expect price to rise. In between these two levels is what's called an equilibrium, and this is a balance between the supply and demand of the market value. The equilibrium is a good area to take profit. When trading using the premium and discount zones, it is a good idea to ensure that when you are about to buy you are in a discount area, and when you are considering sells you are in a premium area. Let's say you have had a change of character and a break of structure and you are looking to take a buy to target this order block. You might want to also go into the settings and enable premium and discount zones in order to see where you are currently located. If in a discount zone, you might want to ensure that the order block you are targeting is below the equilibrium zone. That way you have enough room for the trade before the market balances out. Some additional features in the Smart Money Concepts indicator include the strong high and low feature. This will plot the swing high and low of the current market and let you know based on market structure which is strong and which level is weak. We also have the swing structure feature, which if enabled will show you market structure, but based on a swing trading methodology. So let's say you have a regular change of character. You might want to enable swing structure to see what long-term structure we are currently in to have a better idea of where the market is heading in the long term. Next, we will be discussing some smart money liquidity concepts, and I will also show you a way to automate a lot of these strategies with alerts so you don't have to do them manually. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video on smart money concepts. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget you can also use the link in the video description to test the top premium indicator on TradingView by LuxAlgo for 30 days risk-free. We appreciate your continued support. Now we will cover liquidity grabs, and once again, to make this easier to understand, we are going to add an indicator to the chart to draw them for you automatically. Right-click on your chart to remove the current indicator and click on the Indicators tab and search Price Action Concepts, this one by LuxAlgo, and add it to your chart. The Price Action Concepts indicator is similar to the Smart Money Concepts indicator but includes more features and improved versions of the features in the Smart Money Concepts indicator. If we look closely, we can see that the order blocks now have data regarding the volume that is inside them, so you can know if there are more buyers or sellers, as well as improved market structure labeling to know which labels are more powerful. Let's go into the settings and scroll all the way down to liquidity grabs and enable them. Once enabled, you'll see these blue and red lines highlighted at candle wicks to indicate liquidity grabs in the market. Liquidity grabs in Smart Money Concepts methodology refers to when market makers push price into an area with a lot of orders to trigger stop losses, and usually price will react strongly from that level. The indicator automatically detects and draws these liquidity grabs for you in real time. So if price trades into an order block, you might want to wait for price to have a liquidity grab from that order block in order to have a strong reaction. Or you could also go into settings and ensure that the indicator only shows bearish liquidity grabs if it's in a premium zone, increasing the probability those are correct. So if you go into settings, we can scroll down to custom alerts and we can ensure the mode is set to match. Then we can enable bearish liquidity grabs and also set the premium and discount option to premium. Now we get these lines at the bottom, and these blue dots shows exactly where are these high probability liquidity grabs, so we can execute trades based on them. You can also create alerts for these liquidity grabs, so you get a phone alert when these liquidity grabs are detected. Next, we can talk about breaker blocks. Breaker blocks were discussed earlier. Earlier, I mentioned that when price goes through an order block, often if price returns to that area, there can be a strong reaction. With the Smart Money Concepts indicator, when price went through the order blocks, they would disappear and you would need to draw them manually to know what area you should be monitoring. By enabling the breaker blocks option on the Price Action Concepts indicator, those are drawn automatically once an order block is broken. So where we can see that we have an order block below price. As price breaks that order block, we can see that it now changes to a breaker block, and we also have volumetric data about that breaker block to know how much volume it contains if there are more buyers or sellers. For this breaker block, we can see we have more buyers than sellers, and it also happens to have a lot of volume, so we can execute a trade with stop above the lower high and target the next order block below where we could have another strong reaction. Let's now talk about patterns. While patterns are not directly a part of Smart Money Concepts, they can play a very important role in understanding market sentiment. If we go into settings, we can enable patterns and increase the length to see more significant patterns on our chart. The indicator will automatically detect patterns for you and let you know if it's a bullish or bearish pattern. How you can use patterns with Smart Money Concepts is by trading patterns that are aligned with market structure. If we go into the settings, we can draw market structure of a higher time frame. So we are currently on a 5-minute time frame. Let's have the indicator draw market structure of the 1-hour time frame, and let's enable candle coloring so we can see clearly what is the trend. As you can see, the market structure is bullish for this entire area, and we have a bullish pattern in this zone. So what we can do is wait for price to break out of this pattern in the market structure direction and take a trade targeting an order block. We can also go into the settings and change the time frame that is being used to detect order blocks to the 1-hour time frame. This way we have even more information from a higher time frame when executing on a lower time frame. Now when price is breaking out of a pattern, we can also target a higher time frame order block without changing our chart. I hope you enjoyed this video on Smart Money Concepts. Smart Money Concepts is a very powerful and popular methodology, but due to its complexity, a lot of traders shy away from using it. I hope the tools provided today can help you better understand Smart Money Concepts or SMC strategies. If you would like to try the price action concepts indicator used in this video, you can use the link in the video description to test Lux Algo Premium risk-free for 30 days, where you will also get access to the oscillator matrix and signals and overlays. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the next video.